what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Footcandle Films. Film news and reviews from two guys who really like movies.
This episode is brought to you by the Footcandle Film Society. For a schedule of upcoming screenings and membership information, visit the Society's website at www.footcandle.org.
Hello everyone, welcome to Footcandle Spotlight. This is that little morsel of Footcandle that you get in between the big Footcandle shows that we do once a month. Because you know that we see some films, we see movies that come out, and we feel like, we don't want to wait 30 days to tell you about this film. We want to go and get our review on tape, on the old, reel to reel, whatever, old style thing that we're probably not using anymore these days. We've got to get it on record and go ahead and get it out to our listening public. So you guys have some options to look at if you happen to be traveling over the holidays or anything else and want to go check out a film. So, real quick, special thanks, Main Cellar City Club in Hickory, North Carolina, event and music venue available for private parties, bringing in some great national acts, bands, Yarn, Bret Michaels, Bad Company, all those great venue for checking those things out. MainCellarCityClub.com is where you can find them on the web to learn more and go ahead and book your event or buy some tickets to an upcoming concert today. With that, Chris, sounds like we're going to have a review of the film. I'm really interested in this one. Holy Motors.
Just replay. Can I take you home? Can I take you home? Beauty. There's no
Jimmy.
Beauty.
Harry.
Beauty.
Harry.
Can I take you home? Can I take you home?
He's disgusting. So weird. He's so weird.
Can I take you home, sweet?
Holy Motors, French film.
Yes.
I know nothing
very
about.
French.
I know nothing about.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Okay.
Really, I don't. You've seen the film.
I have.
So I'm just going to educate me.
Okay.
What is Holy Motors is it as bug nuts crazy as I've heard it is?
Yes, it is crazy.
Good.
It is crazy. And if you are looking for a movie that has a very understandable and clear narrative, you want a story. You're all about plot and character development. Don't go see this movie. Don't waste your time. Okay.
So go ahead and just, for some of our Film Society members out there that attend our screenings and the ones that keep saying, I want more plot, I want more story, I want more plot.
Don't bother.
This is not the movie for you. Okay, good. Now we got that out of the way.
Yes.
Tell me, what is Holy Motors?
Okay. Holy Motors is about a man who apparently is pretty wealthy.
I'm following you so far.
Wealthy man. And what he does is he rides around in a limousine. His days are spent riding around in a limousine in Paris.
Okay.
And he impersonates or becomes or takes on the role of like 8 or 9 different people. And there apparently are different people every day. It's like he has these assignments, kind of like a Mission Impossible type thing, but they're not government cases.
And there's no Tom Cruise.
And there's no Tom Cruise. He is driven around by his limousine driver and told, okay, your next appointment is on the seat beside you. He picks up a folder, he reads something, then he begins to disguise himself into a character, steps out of the limousine, and you have a scene. He finishes that part, gets back in the limousine, drives to another location appointment, picks up another different folder, and then goes out. So you basically have all these different set pieces that combine to make the film. I think in total maybe there are 8 or 9 different set pieces that he does. So sometimes he plays an assassin. At other times he plays a family man. At other times he plays a homeless crazy person that assaults people on a photo shoot. At another time he plays someone who is designing a video game, and who is doing motion capture for a video game. So he does all these odd things. So basically this is a perfect midnight movie. Okay, because it's really strange, but it's kind of cool. It'll keep you awake because you don't really know what's going on. Visually, it is amazing. The cinematography is amazing. The costuming is amazing. The camera work's amazing. The acting is really good as well. Basically, the guy who plays his name is Monsieur Oscar. Okay, so Mr. Oscar, whatever. Dennis Levant is the guy who plays him, and he's basically, I think he's almost in every frame of the movie because he is the guy who's hopping around in between.
That he's the one that's taking these assignments or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does a really good job, and you really are able to forget sometimes that he is Mr. Oscar and not the person that he's portraying in this vignette. Basically, it's like all these little vignettes strung together. Do all the vignettes work? No. For me, some of them didn't work.
Sure.
But enough of them do work that you kind of wish sometimes that they could have been their own separate little movie.
Well, that's generally the story with any kind of anthology movie, or you've got these little subset stories. It's never going to be 100% hit.
Right.
But the idea is that obviously you only spend a little limited amount of time on that story before you move on to the next one. So
Right. And to me, it would be like the David Lynch on Absinthe if he was Parisian. Like that's what this is. It's just a lot of stuff doesn't make any sense, but it's very colorful and shot very well, but it's just kind of odd. So.
All right. And looking at this movie before our talk today, I saw Mr. Levant as the lead actor, and I saw some other French actors, actresses, and then I see Eva Mendes, and Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
What's going on there?
It's interesting. Eva Mendes plays a model that is in a cemetery that he is a crazy homeless person and abducts her from a photo shoot. And that is this interesting commentary on fame and what is perceived to be beauty and what is perceived to be ugly, and how it also gives you the dirty American or like irritating American, because the American's the photographer taking the pictures and stuff. And it's a very interesting thing for her to be in the movie doing. She doesn't really have a lot. She doesn't speak at all, I don't think. Which is kind of an interesting commentary as well, because she's just like a set dressing. She doesn't get to speak. She doesn't get to act really. But it was interesting to see her in there. Kylie Minogue, in her little segment, she starts breaking out into a song for no apparent reason, and her segment is basically like a musical number.
Okay.
Her segment kind of didn't work for me as well, but it was still interesting to see her in there. Oh, and one of my favorite things, there are three basically things that stood out to me, three parts that I really liked in the film. One was a segment is the crazy man attacking the model in the cemetery. I really liked that little piece, that little appointment that Oscar had to do. Another appointment that I really liked, which was completely different from any of the other ones, was where he was a father. And he picks up his girl. His assignment is he transforms himself into a dad, and then he picks up a girl from a party, and it's his daughter. And the conversation, and he's taking her home. And the conversation they have in the car is devastating. And it's like this deep drama all of a sudden. The girl is telling lies to her father because it's what she thinks he wants to hear. He catches her in these lies. And it's this heartbreaking picture of adolescence and a girl having to grow up and what her father, and it is devastating.
Wow.
And it was really well acted. The girl does a good job, and you see a completely, up until this point, Oscar's done all this crazy stuff, and then you see this like melodramatic thing, and it is good.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, like if they just showed that portion at Oscar time, everybody'd be like, "Oh my goodness, this movie's amazing," and it would get all these awards, and then people would actually watch it and hate it. But that one set piece that's one of the pieces that I really like from the movie. And then my other favorite is I think about halfway through the movie, as if this were a play, they do a intermission, and it is a bunch of people marching around in a cathedral. It may be Notre Dame. I'm not that real well versed on cathedrals in Paris, but it may be Notre Dame, playing accordions. And they do this big accordion musical number for no apparent reason, but they say like interacty, like it's like an intermission. And they do this like parading around Steadicam shot music video, and it's awesome to watch. And band members keep coming out of hallways and joining this big procession, and it's just cool. There again, not for everybody, but I liked it.
So Chris highly recommends Holy Motors, but you got to be in the right frame of mind.
Correct.
And you've got to be willing to not look for a plot, not look for explanation on everything.
Right. Have a couple of glasses of eggnog.
All right.
Sit down for Holy Motors.
Very, very cool. Okay, well, I was a little mixed on whether or not I was wanting to see this film. I think you've sold me on it now. I'm very excited, very interested now. Very cool. That's our Footcandle Spotlight, the film Holy Motors. Sounds like it could be a very interesting experience if you choose to go check it out. And if you do end up going to see it, let us know what you think. Write us a note. Tell Chris if he's crazy. Tell Chris if you and Chris ought to go hang out and go see more movies together.
Well,
whatever the answer may be there.
And I will say too, a lot of people a lot of people have reacted against this film saying it's just completely worthless. It doesn't make any sense. It's just, really pretentious because it's trying to do all these different things and it's nothing but pretension and it just fails miserably. I'm kind of saying, well, I think it's just there for entertainment and it's fun. There's some people that have actually tried to make sense of the entire movie, giving it a theme and seeing like all these different elements that weave through it. You could write a doctoral thesis on this movie and maybe make sense of it, but I say just go see it and have fun.
Just go have fun. Yeah, sometimes there's just movies you just don't, you don't need to sit there and overthink.
Right.
And sometimes you need to go in minute one of the film and just know you're not turning your brain off.
No.
It's that you're turning the idea of it having to make sense.
Yes.
That necessity is being turned off.
Uncheck that box.
Okay. All right. So uncheck the default box of must have plot that makes sense.
Right.
And just go in for sounds like a real visual, interesting feast.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm all about that. So sounds great. Well, that's going to wrap up our Footcandle Spotlight for now. So Holy Motors, I don't know where it may be playing anywhere near you, but you saw it in Philadelphia, I believe.
Right. It's in big cities.
Yeah, right.
Now.
So go check it out, hunt it down if you can. If not, obviously when it comes out on Netflix or DVD or whatever in a few months, sounds like it'd be worth checking out then as well. All right. So thanks for listening to the Footcandle Spotlight. We do encourage you to go visit themesh.tv to go look up Footcandle Films and see the rest of our Footcandle Films catalog, all of our podcast discussions. You can also go and look at the rest of the website, see all the other Mesh TV shows that you can check out and download and play. Always go to our Film Society website, which is footcandle.org, to find out what films we're going to be showing soon. And if you happen to be in the Western North Carolina area and are interested in learning more about our Film Society, all the information is right there ready for you. So for Footcandle Spotlight, this is Alan.
I'm Chris.
Thank you so much, and thank you to Main Cellar City Club for your support of Footcandle Films. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Watch films in the company of like-minded people in the dark. Watch films in the underground. We won't let anyone know where you are. The films that don't make it to Carmike at the mall, or ones that were famous when Grandpa would watch films out of the reverence of the heritage of an art. Watch films through the courtesy of Footcandle Film Society.
Special thanks to Carpal Tuller for the show theme music. For more about Carpal Tuller, visit www.carpaltuller.com. You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.